Yes, yes, fight fans, body and mind sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. Let us talk the welterweight division. Let's start with Barrios, who holds the WBC strap, putting that on the line on the 19th of July versus a 46-year-old legend, Manny Pacquiao, my guys, my people, making a shocking comeback in a bid to break his own record as the oldest welterweight champion in the history of the sport, my guys, my people. A record that he set in 2019, beating Keith Thurman for his WBA strap at the age of 40. Keith Thurman at the time, 30 years old. So Pacquiao surprised everyone when he did that. But in his first title defense, he got a severe pummeling at the hand of Yordenis Ugas. A near-death experience. Had Pacquiao's wife spoon-feeding him for God knows how long, while singing Sweet Caroline to him. And now, Pacquiao, he wants to fight Barrios, who put a beating on Yordenis Ugas. Man, Pacquiao, he's fighting the man that beat the man that put a severe beating on him. Near-death experience. Tell me if that makes sense, my guys, my people. I'll leave that to you guys. But look, I don't blame Barrios for this. After all, he is a prize fighter. This is prize fighting. And for him, Pacquiao represents an easy win and a big payday, my guys, my people, as well as having a legend's name on his record. So it's a win-win for Barrios, my guys, my people. I am putting all the illness on Pacquiao and the WBC, who are greedy enough to sanction this fight, forcing Manny Pacquiao into number 5 in their rankings to qualify him for this title shot. Absolutely ridiculous, my guys, my people. The greed of the WBC has no end, my guys. Their president, Mauricio Suleiman, their excuse is that Manny Pacquiao has made, well, he has passed all medical checks to have to qualify this bout to be sanctioned. So we are going to be getting this bout, my guys, my people. Even though Manny Pacquiao hasn't won a fight in 6 years since Keith Thurman, has been retired since Yordenis Ugas in 2021. So he's been retired for 4 years, my guys, my people. And in his last fight, an exhibition bout against a kickboxer, Ryuka Ampo, a Japanese kickboxer, he got a pummeling in that had fans crying for him to retire. You know, to hang up the gloves, my guys, my people. Not even exhibition bouts allowed. And he's coming back for a pro bout and a title shot like he deserves it? Hell no, my guys. Dear Lord, this is a big joke. Even his trainer, Freddie Roach, does not like the idea, my guys. And this is someone in his corner, my guys, my people. You know, speaking to boxing scene, Freddie Roach, he said that Manny Pacquiao has done everything he needs to do in the sport as a legend and should stay retired. But funny enough, he went on to listen, even Freddie Roach, that's a bit hypocritical coming from him, because he is going to be in Manny Pacquiao's corner, so the money is talking to him as well, my guys, my people. He even went on to say that while at a boxing event with Pacquiao and his wife, Pacquiao's wife stated that she would want Pacquiao to fight one more time, that she feels that he is ready for a comeback. And they both asked Freddie Roach, who would he pick for Pacquiao to come back against? I guess it's Barrios, because that's who we are getting, right? And it doesn't end there, because Pacquiao's promoter, Sean Gibbons, my guys, my people, he said that their first options were Conor Benn and Gervonta Tank Davis, would you believe? They're looking for a death wish, my guys. But they opted instead for Barrios because of his WBC strap, which means a lot to Manny Pacquiao. It was the first strap that he ever got his hands on in his career, and so would like to go full circle to get that again in the welterweight division, my guys, my people. And after he does, that's if he does, a big if he does, my guys, my people, then he's welcoming all comers, my guys. You know, Gervonta Tank Davis and Conor Benn first in line, my guys, my people. Insane, absolutely insane, my guys. Good luck to Manny Pacquiao. That's all I'm gonna say about that. He needs prayers, my guys. The co-main event, we are going to be having Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora. Fundora defending his WBC straps at 154 pounds division, my guys, my people. So it is the rematch. If you know anything about the first fight, Tszyu went in there as the WBO champion and was doing really well in there until he got hurt with an accidental elbow that caused a deep gash on the top of his head, had him bleeding profusely. Had they stopped it by 3-4 rounds, then it would have gone to the judges' scorecards. Possibly would have had you know, Tszyu winning. Possibly could have had Tszyu winning, or it could have ended in a technical draw, I believe. You know, but only God knows what the judges would have made of it. But he certainly wouldn't have lost as he did, because they allowed, his team allowed Tszyu to carry on, and he ended up losing via unanimous decision, my guys, my people. So this is the rematch, and it's one worth waiting for. Shouldn't be co-main event of a pantomime show, regardless that Manny Pacquiao, well, he is a legend, a big name, and he's fighting for a title, my guys, my people. But look, he's 46 years old. He was retired, should have stayed retired, but it looks like his wife can make good use of the money. So can he. And Freddie Roach, my guys, my people. So there we have it. But as for Barrios, he does actually have a mandatory in Souleymane Sissoko, a French fighter. He got that position after beating Egidius Kavaliauskas. This was about, what, just over 2 weeks ago, my guys. He beat Kavaliauskas via unanimous decision. A controversial result, mainly because Sissoko actually got dropped twice in the fight, my guys, my people. You know, so Sissoko, who is 33 years old, after that win, now has a record 18 wins, no losses, no draws, and 9 coming via KO, my guys, my people. As for Kavaliauskas, 36 years old, 24 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 19 coming via KO, my guys, my people. And that is according to a Ring Magazine article. However, if you go and check on BoxRec, and this is pretty disturbing, because usually when a fight has taken place, the results of that fight is accounted for on BoxRec almost immediately, my guys, my people. But what happened to this fight? It's not recorded on BoxRec. Nowhere to be found, my guys, my people. So that's a bit fishy. Could it be possibly because of this Barrios Manny Pacquiao fight? And with Sissoko, actually, Barrios is mandatory. Boy, oh boy. Anyway, Sissoko, it's not like he could have gone on to fight Barrios on July the 19th, my guys, my people. It was a hectic night for him with Kavaliauskas, and they just fought. But to tell you the truth, what's really irritating about this Pacquiao-Barrios fight is, well, it must irritate Bruce Ennis as well, because this is spanners in the works for him, and ultimately it works to disturb the flow and the positions in the rankings in the division. I wonder who they had to knock off in order to put Pacquiao into 5th place. I wonder. Just wondering, my guys, my people. But for Bruce Ennis, who is on a trail to become undisputed champion. That is his ambition that he has set from God knows how long, my guys, my people, and he only has limited time. There's been so much talk of him finding it real hard to make 147 pounds time and time again. So with that small window, he wants to get all the straps and then move up to 154. But the issue now is that after coming off an amazing performance to unify his IBF with the WBA strap, after being in Mantis Stanionis, my guys, my people, one of the best performances of Ennis's career. So he's looking to enter another unification bout. With Barrios not available to fight, that is an option that's taken away from him now. And then we have Brian Norman, the WBO champion. He's booked in to fight on the 19th of June in Tokyo versus he's number 2 contender in Jin Sasaki, my guys, my people. So all the champions are held up. My people, that is not the end of problems for Ennis right now. Ennis, who's been given 120 days, that is what, until September, to honor his WBA mandatory Shakram Gaisov. So you can see there the obstacles that could be in the way for Ennis and his journey to undisputed. Right? Obstacles that could slow him down or just grind everything to a total halt, my guys, my people. So there are no unification bouts for him. However, he could make a title defense against Teofimo Lopez, my guys, who just defeated Arnold Barboza in his WBO title defense at 140 pounds. And were he to do that, he was to go to October to face Ennis, right? This was part of a free fight deal he had with Turki and the Ring magazine. However, that is dead in the waters now. Partly because Ennis, he's just not interested in that fight at all. He views Teo as another obstacle. And unlike most, Ennis, he knows Teo could represent a lucrative fight. Turkey is involved, of course. But that's not what is concerning him at this particular moment. He is more interested in establishing his legacy in the game, my guys, my people, and the competitive aspects of the game. Teo, it's not competition for Ennis. I'm sorry to say, it's a good fight, but it's not really competition for Ennis. Teo, who's moving up from a lower division, and Ennis, who they're talking about him and his team thinking of moving to 154 after they accomplish what they have to do at 147, my guys, my people. But what does Ennis's promoter Eddie Hearn have to say about this, my guys, my people? According to an article by Boxing Scene, Eddie Hearn, he states, Ennis's performance versus Stanionis, super great performance there. However, his medical stats leading up to the Stanionis fight, not looking great, he says. But what stats were they? Ennis, to me, didn't look drained at weighing like it did in the Chikadzian fight. And on fight night itself, he looked fully hydrated, stronger, way more powerful than he did in the Chikadzian fight, my guys, my people. I guess it was the IBF stipulations that was in that fight, where there was the same fight day waiting stipulations on that fight, whereas with the WBA involved in his fight with Stanionis, no next day weighing. So that was easier for him to rehydrate properly. But now he doesn't have to worry about working by IBF stipulations no more. The only belts he has to collect now is the WBO at the hands of course, Brian Norman, and the WBC held by Barrios, my guys, my people. In that same article, the Boxing Scene article, Eddie Hearn also goes on to say something that was totally ambiguous to me. He says that he thinks that Ennis feels, check out the wordplay, he thinks that Ennis feels that he would perform much better at 154. Again, he says that he thinks Ennis feels that in his fight versus Stanionis, he could have been more powerful, he could have been stronger, so he wasn't at his most powerful and he wasn't at his strongest, my guys, my people. How about Eddie, you tell us right what Ennis is actually saying instead of assuming what he's feeling. Eddie Hearn, who we know likes the Teofimo Lopez fight, it looks like what he's actually saying is that if Ennis doesn't take the Teo fight, then it's like he's trying to force Ennis to 154, my guys, my people, where he can get more lucrative bouts. Bigger bouts, my guys, my people. That is what it's looking like to me. But I really can't blame Eddie if he's trying to do that. Although really he should be doing what the fighter says. He's the promoter, my guys. He's working for Ennis, right? But I really don't blame him because Ennis right now, who is he gonna fight if he doesn't take the Teo fight? Who is he gonna fight? Is he just going to wait for Brian Norman and Barrios? It looks like that's what Ennis is looking to do. That is what it looks like. Well, anyway, let's get back to Teofimo Lopez, my guys, my people. So Ennis doesn't want to fight Teo either. But Haney wants to fight. Devin Haney wants to fight Teofimo Lopez because his fight with Ryan Garcia, the rematch scheduled for October, that is now dead in the waters. Ryan has backed out of that and would rather give Rolly Romaro a rematch. Him and his promoter, Oscar, have decided this. That is what they have decided, my guys, my people. And a win in that situation is not guaranteed. What is he going to do to change the situation? Even though Ryan Garcia, he has claimed that he suffered a hand injury in the lead up to the Rolly fight. You know, and well, they are going to undergo surgery. It seems like they have undergone surgery, if at all there was a hand injury, which I don't believe, because this is becoming way too common with Golden Boy fighters. William Zepeda, after he beat Devin Farmer in November, he claimed he had a hand injury. Not immediately after the fight, right? He didn't claim that immediately after the fight, but as soon as it was brought up that him and Shakur, you know, well, they had agreed anyway, can then go on to fight each other on the last crescendo fight card, all of a sudden, hand injury, my guys, my people. All of a sudden, hand injury. So, totally bizarre with Ryan. I didn't believe Zepeda, and I don't believe Ryan, my guys, my people. So, Devin the Dream Haney is free. He's free. And he wants to fight Teo. He wants to fight Teo. According to Bill Haney, he says that there was an agreement, right? Or should I say there was an understanding between Team Haney, Team Teo, and Turkey that if the Teo and his fight were to fall through, then Devin the Dream Haney will step in, right? And he's willing to step in. And I do give credence to that. I do believe that because Dan Rafael, right, esteemed journalist, Dan Rafael, my guys, he did you know, put out a tweet on social, put out a message on social media X that Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez were actually booked to fight the 16th of August, my guys, my people. However, now, my people, as we speak, that also is dead in the waters because of Teofimo Lopez's recklessness on social media, putting out disparaging messages. And we all know about the disparaging messages he put out towards Terence Bud Crawford, referring to him with the N words, right? Damn racist, right? But other than that, he had gone forward to call Turki Al-Sheikh a dictator. Now, Turki didn't respond directly, but he did put out a message himself saying that maturity is when you know not to react to everything, my guys, my people, which is so true, especially not just to Tszyu, but in today's world, people react to absolutely anything, my guys, which is just utter nonsense. And Tszyu is a huge representation of that, my guys, my people. So crazy, my guys, my people. Because of that now, Tszyu doesn't have a fight. The Haney fight and the Ennis fight looks like both dead in the waters right now, which is very bad for Tszyu, who has been looking for lucrative fights all along, my guys, my people. He has been looking for lucrative fights, my guys, and now he's finally had the opportunity with Turki and Ring Magazine. He's blown it all, and instead he's putting out posts that he has been fired by Turki and the Ring Magazine, my guys, my people. So ultimately, like I've been saying, the Ennis fight and the Devin fight, both on the table now, snatched off the table, my guys, my people, all by his own doing. So he really has nobody to blame for the situation that he is in right now. So what else is there for him to do? At the moment, he's an idle hand, and the devil's got work for idle hands, my guys, my people. Of course, he's back on social media being disrespectful to Ennis and his father, Bozy Ennis, calling both of them bozos, questioning whether they are from Philly or not. That if they were from Philly, they will be accepting fights with the best. And the best, of course, he means is himself, my guys, my people, which is just ridiculous. I don't know what to make of Tszyu right now, my guys, my people, but he is just totally self-destructing. And you can just see the path that he is on. He's on to no good at the moment, my guys, my people. But I'm gonna leave it there. Nothing more to say about Teofimo Lopez for now, my guys, my people. But before you leave, do like, do share, subscribe. Of course, drop your comments below, and as always, stay super blessed.